So Dia del Niño was created in Mexico in 1925, and it was created in order to celebrate and advocate for the children. And it's a special day for them to celebrate childhood and the child within. And the celebration typically includes food, music, dancing, school supplies, everything that a child needs to feel like they're a child.
Y hoy es un día muy especial porque hoy estamos celebrando el Día del Niño. Es un día internacional y el objetivo pues es que el niño se divierta, que el niño disfrute este día, que ellos son el pilar de este lugar. La importancia de este día lo tomamos como un día muy especial para nuestros niños, porque ellos tienen una niñez muy acertada que nos hace falta mucho a veces en las familias, mucha felicidad, mucha unión. Entonces al momento de hacer todo esto, nosotros para los niños nos entusiasma al verlos a ellos contentos, jugar, participar en juegos. Hay muchas maneras de ver la felicidad del niño.
In 1956, the United Nations actually created an initiative to invite other countries to celebrate April 30th as the official Día del Niño.
Para mi gente, con una pasión.
Aquiles Serdán is located 2 hours south of Puerto Vallarta, and it's actually a tiny little community of ranchers. People there feed themselves, and they actually survive off of cattle, raising cattle, selling cattle. The local fruit and vegetables that they grow there is chiles, tomatoes, corn, pineapples, coconuts. So the import and export is very, very important to that tiny little town. So the general population in Aquiles Serdán is about 200, and the majority of them are children. The children there, unfortunately, their parents choose to send them to work instead of send them to school, because somebody has to work and make that money to pay the bills or to buy food. And so the children often don't go to school. And another reason they don't go to school is because it's not equipped for them. The desks are very, very old. There's no air conditioning. The roofs are made out of tin. So under those conditions, they probably want to be out in the fields rather than in the school where they should be learning.
Bueno, yo soy la maestra de este lugar, junto con otro maestro. Es una escuela bidocente. Yo atiendo el grupo de primero, segundo y tercer grado, y mi compañero quinto, cuarto y sexto. Primeramente porque los niños son luz, los niños son la alegría del hogar, la alegría de la escuela, y son el motivo por el cual nosotros estamos aquí. Si no hay niños, nosotros no tenemos trabajo.
So for the children that do end up going to school, they just end up there. So they really don't end up doing anything with their schooling, but just staying there. What Casa Kimberly wants to do is teach them trades and, of course, teach them English so that they can migrate to Puerto Vallarta and find good paying jobs and be able to pay anything that their family needs. One of the most important things that we provide is school supplies. And the reason we chose to provide school supplies is because of the lack of school supplies. I sat in one of the sessions, the classroom sessions, and the kids literally the pencil was this big and they were still trying to write with the pencil. And, they don't have the supplies there in the town. There's only 2 little stores, and they don't carry all the supplies that they need. And if they do carry them, the children there can't afford them. So it was very important for us to contribute to their education by providing them the tools that they need to learn.
So these are the school supplies, and it's basic, basic stuff that they need, just like a writing pad, pens, pencils, markers, crayons, pencil sharpeners, erasers, glue sticks, scissors, that thingy right there. I don't even know what that's called, but they need it. So, because this town, the town of Aquiles, is a forgotten town. The local governments forget that they're here, and I tell them, because you don't make noise, because you don't vote, because you don't complain about any situation. So you need to make your voice heard, and that's what we intend to do, is give them amazing events that they can celebrate, that the kids can celebrate, but to also start planting those seeds that they have the power to evolve, to change things. That if they don't like something, okay, we'll change it. But what are you going to do? Don't expect somebody to come and do it for you, but you got to make that noise. You got to make them feel your presence. So that's what we intend to do by providing fun events. But once you have a captive audience, you spread the message, you plant that seed, and you empower them to do stuff for their own communities.
La unión hace la fuerza, y si nosotros como docentes no podemos hacerlo todo. Si no tenemos el apoyo de los padres de familia, nosotros no podemos hacer nada. Entonces aquí dentro del sistema educativo son 3 pilares muy importantes. Es el alumno, el padre de familia y el docente. Si una persona falla, aquí ya hay un desequilibrio. Entonces necesitamos fuerza, necesitamos unión para que todo esto salga adelante. ¿Cómo lo podemos lograr? Lo podemos lograr participando como padres de familia, comunidades vecinas, personas que nos apoyan. En ese aspecto lo podemos lograr a lo máximo. Porque sin una participación de padres y la comunidad y comunidades vecinas que nos apoyan, no sería posible nada de esto. Se quedaría en un simple festejo sencillo y ahí quedaría. Entonces, si nos unimos al trabajo, organizamos más y más eventos que se pueden mejorar, tanto como para los niños, como para las mamás, los papás, y podemos hacer como más eventos aparte de todos los festejos lo que es como el 16 de septiembre, el 20 de noviembre, el Día de la Primavera, Día de los Muertos. Entonces, generando trabajo, si la gente se une, nos unimos nosotros al trabajo y generamos más proyectos. Entonces, si todos se unen a nuestro proyecto de trabajar y seguir adelante, podemos mejorar todo esto. Pero si no se aportan el trabajo, nos quedamos un poco estancados por el simple hecho de que no hay mucho personal para poder trabajar.
That's how we build communities. But we care about the kids. So we separated the toys by age groups. The little bitty babies are not going to get school supplies, but they're going to get a toy. So the older kids will get school supplies, art supplies, and the babies, the younger kids will get toys. And every one of them will get, they're called bolos here, so they're like little chips and candies and suckers and all these little tangerines. So I'm so glad we have enough. We're gonna have enough for all the kids and the teenagers that are coming today. There's like 80 kids, 80 school supply kids. There's 100 balls, and I don't know how many smaller toys. I think there's about 150 candy bags, bolos. Oh, I didn't even notice. Look at how creative they are. Look at those birds. Oh man, I gotta give them more art supplies. I love art. This is their classroom. They have nothing, like a little desk, a little bit of people that care to come visit here and to want to get involved somehow, because I don't care where the children are, where they're from, they're our future. We need to take care of them and teach them how to access different things.
This year, we also included a fashion show. Another key thing that happened is that the girls who participated in the fashion show were taught how to walk, how to puff up their chest, and how to look at the people who were watching the fashion show. And now I believe that their self-esteem just went through the roofs. They're walking around, they're talking more, they make eye contact, and they want to do more. And the local communities also want to join the fashion show this year, and they also want it to be its separate event from the other Niños. So we're planning on doing that. But we also included a video which taught the youth how to be environmentally friendly. And with that, it taught them how to upcycle, how to recycle, how to create things from things that people throw away. For example, tires, bottles. They learned how to create all these crafts and things that they would need, like making lanterns out of the tires, the used tires. So what prompted me to create the Dia del Niño and to actually add the environmentally friendly video was just driving up and down the beautiful area and seeing all these empty bottles and empty bags of chips all over, just littered all over the place. So I just said, okay, we're going to have this captive audience. What can we teach them during the time that they're there? And we just came up with providing videos on how to take care of your environment. So what actually happened after us showing them this video that was supposed to teach them about how to be environmentally friendly, and I thought they were just going to forget, the video included a very catchy song. And when I'm in my house, I could hear them singing the song. So I know they were listening, and I know that repetition is key because they're going to remember what that video was showing them about taking care of their environment, and how it's very important to recycle, upcycle, so that they can take care of it and so that it's beautiful for generations to come. Casa Kimberly is a humanitarian and wellness center that is centered around the family and the community, and how to bring all of that together so that they can better help themselves. So Casa Kimberly started in 2019. We started building actually Casa Kimberly in 2019, and it's taken us 3 years, but already we've seen a huge impact in the community. The reason we chose the area was because my family lives there already, and my aunt just offered me this property that my cousin was selling. And once I stepped foot in this property, I could just feel the beautiful healing energy, and I just came up with the idea to build a wellness center there. And then later, seeing the need of the community, it became organically a humanitarian center. So what the other Niño is going to do is it's going to put Aquiles Serdán on the map. And it's also going to contribute to the economy, because when we start inviting people from the local areas, and if they're coming all the way from Puerto Vallarta and Bucerías, they're going to spend money on the food, on the wares that the community is going to be selling. So it's definitely going to contribute to the economy. Another thing is that when this year compared to last year I wasn't even in Aquiles Serdán. I just sent money so that they could purchase school supplies and toys for the youth. Now, this year, because of that need that I saw with that one child, just that one visual for me did it. So it was that visual of that child trying to do their schoolwork with that little piece of pencil that just prompted me to grow it and to make it bigger. But what I also wanted to do is entice the community for them to contribute, because what I did is I dropped $2,000 and I said, we're going to purchase everything that we need to make this event bigger, but I want you all to grow this money. So this $2,000 you need to duplicate. As it's growing, I want you to take some money out and give it to the schools. So if you see that there's something wrong with the school, there's no air conditioning, or there's a tin roof and we need a solid roof, or we need a different type of material roof, we need air conditioning, we need the water dispensers that dispense cold water for the youth to be able to go to school in a comfortable environment. So that was the challenge. It's like, here's the money, let's grow the money and let's invest it back into the schools and teach our youth that they're very important to us.
Ok, bueno, pues yo creo que en 5 años va a ser mucho más grande. Va a haber mucha más personas, mucho más niños. Ya del año pasado a hoy ya hay muchos cambios. Las mismas personas que vengan van a observar y yo creo que se van a llevar una impresión porque van a decir, hay mucho cambio. La verdad, hoy hubo más organización. Siempre faltan ciertas cosas, pero poco a poco se va a ir modificando y esperamos, sí, que sea mucho más grande y mucho más bonito. Que hoy también va a ser bonito, pero poco a poco vamos a hacerlo más grande.
We anticipate that it's going to grow, it's going to get bigger, it's going to get better, and we're going to have more entertainment, more bands wanting to participate, and it's just going to be a beautiful event, again, to highlight the children and what an important resource they are and where they hold their place in our society.
Ok, bueno, a las personas, los patrocinadores que están, a los que se debemos este evento, lo que se haga realidad, que nunca habíamos tenido un evento así, a Casa Kimberly y a la asociación CIFFF. Muchísimas gracias y esperemos que se haya acelerado este proyecto y que nos sigan apoyando, porque pues sin el apoyo de otras personas pues no podemos lograr estos lugares. Tienen muchas carencias y la verdad no contamos con muchos elementos para hacerlo, pero muchísimas gracias y esperamos el próximo año el apoyo.